Good afternoon, Elena, Abby, Caitlin, Kristen, Maddie. Hope you guys are doing good today. Good afternoon, Elena, Abby, Caitlin, Kristen, Maddie. All right, guys, before we get going with Chapter 6 study, got any questions over 6.4 homework? Type that into the chat box if you have any questions over 6.4 homework. Good morning, Lucy. Good morning, Bernice. Taking questions over 6.4 homework right now. Any questions? $11. So looking at 11, so we got 10 and 5. Let me look at that real quick. Let me look at 10 real quick. Did anybody figure out 11? I haven't looked at this in a long time. Okay, so if Elena figured it out, surely to goodness we can figure it out. All right. So, what it appears that you're going to do is multiply this row times this row. Okay, so very similar to that other thing. All right, and what you're going to have, you're going to end up with a a 2 by 1 column, And you're going to get the top one by saying 3 by, or let me, yeah, I can still write it. 3 times 6 plus negative 2 times 4. Yeah, there you go, Bernice, that's right. And then do the same thing down here. Then do this times this. 3 times 5 plus negative 2 times 5. That would then go to 18 minus 8 and 15 minus 10, which then gives us 10 and 5. Looking like that. That's our final answer. Sorry, it took me a second. I had to look at it. So you do it the same way, but notice like with this one, you multiply this times this, right? And then this times that. But with this one, since it's just one, you just multiply this one by both of them. Sorry, I said that totally wrong. This times that, and then times that. Sorry. You cool on that, Caitlin? Are you cool on 11? Okay, cool. Any other questions on 6.4 homework? Good question. Because it does say that up there, doesn't it? I'm not seeing anything. I just looked in there I looked at some different questions. I didn't know if for some reason if you got 0 across the board, if that might be it or something. I don't know specifically what they're talking about by that, but you don't have to worry about all of yours. Will have an answer to it like on the test and stuff. So there won't be any of them that will be undefined on the test. So I don't know what they specifically mean by that. Some instructions ask some different stuff, so don't worry about that for now, Elena. Good question, though. All right. Any other questions on 6.4 homework? All right. So let's move to the study guide. Give me a thumbs up that you're here with me today. We got the study guide out, ready to go through it. All right, got Christina, Bernice, Maddie, Elena. Kristen. Abby. Okay. All right, cool. Let's jump into this. Okay. Looking at this test or study guide for our test. All right. So, look at number 1. It says sketch the graph of each function. Identify the domain, the range of each one. All right. So, because you guys will not be, because you guys know this is multiple choice, you will not be technically graphing. You technically won't be graphing anything here. So you're just going to have to answer a question about 1 or 2. Okay? So I'm probably going to give you a function, and I'm going to say name one of these up here for the, like name the end behavior of f of x equals 1/2 raised to the x power. You can use your calculator. Obviously, you have your notes there right with you, so I would ask you to be honest and try not to use your notes, but I am going to let you use your notes on your midterm, or excuse me, your final. So you don't necessarily have to. Again, if you had to use them, use them. It's going to be different problems, so if you need some help, get some help. It's pretty relaxed. Obviously, from this point, obviously for the past month and a half, it's been pretty relaxed, and that was my thing. That was one of my things with the final, is that while some people would say that, hey, if I haven't, and I'm not talking specifically about you, Abby, it's just really in any class, what we're being told, from the school is, hey, be easy on kids. This is very different for them all. Be easy on them, stuff like that. So basically, they're saying, hey, give all kids, decent grades. So if they're late, they're late. If they don't turn it in, they don't turn it in. But give them grace, And I understand that. I totally get that. But then we're basically issuing you an easy A for the last quarter. So to me, then to not say, well, let's give exemptions out to all the finals. I mean, I don't know. So that's I don't know. It puts a bad taste in my mouth, because then it's like, well, the reason you put a major part in the major part, and the reason you're getting your exemption is, well, for one, it's a lot easy now. I mean, it's pretty easy. So I don't know. I'm a component of it. I'm going to try to get it changed in the system, because guess what? When you go to calculus, when you're in those AP courses, you can't exempt those tests. The school makes you take them. Now, this year is the only exception, obviously due to the circumstances here. Can somebody fill Elena in? Yes, they're still giving exemptions. I just have a bit of a, you're getting exemptions based on getting an A in the fourth quarter. It's easy now. I mean, you're basically just turning stuff in, tests are easy, and there's not a lot of accountability. So that's where I'm coming from. And so I didn't want you all to be like upset, like, man, Mr. Oppak's a prick, So know that you have. We both, each of us have our best interests. All right, Elena, they are still giving exemptions. I don't even know what the schedule looks like or anything. So I've sent in what I plan to do with you all, and then they said from what we're planning on doing, that's how they'll make the schedule. So not sure what that looks like. All right, but let's jump into this. Number 1, f of x equals 1/2 raised to the x power. So your key is to know this: when b is less than 1, greater than 0, it's going to be a exponential decay. So it should be going down like this. Since we're not as concerned here, guys, with our, the graph, I'm not going to make a table. I'm just going to make my point and kind of show the graph, because, again, you won't be doing this on the, you won't be doing that on the test, so you kind of know the graph of that, all right? But what you need to have the ability to do is do all this. The domain. So my domain here is from -infinity to infinity. It will include all numbers. All right. My range, the range of this would be from 0, but it's not including 0 because it'll never touch 0, all the way to infinity. My y-intercept will be 0, and think about this: when x is 0, anything to the 0 power, anything to the 0 power, so 1/2 to the 0 power, anything to the 0 power is 1. So when x is 0, y is 1. So the y-intercept is 0, 1. You have an asymptote, at y equals 0, or the x-axis. And your end behavior. Will be for f of x as x approaches, I'm sorry, I should put limit. The limit as x approaches infinity of f of x equals 1/2 x would be it's approaching 0. Oh, sorry. So as x is going this way, it's approaching 0. And then the limit as x approaches negative infinity would be f of x is equal to 1/2 x. That would be approaching infinity. All right, this next one. Now these are the ones I told you could use your calculator on, just so you can kind of get your, just so you could get your, get the graph of it, see what it's looking like. So we got 1/3 times 2 raised to the x minus 1 I hit the wrong button. X minus 1 minus 1. We graph it. And really, we want to just get the table just to kind of look at the table and make sure, see what the table is actually doing. So at 0, it's almost that. And as you see here, it's going to get extremely close to -1 here. Now, of course, the calculator is going to round to say it's hit -1, but it's actually not. Just rounding it, all right? So that tells me it's doing this. And because this b right here is greater than 1, it's a exponential growth. So it should be looking something like this right here. Again, the graph is not near important as the information that follows. All right? Again, domain, negative infinity to infinity. Range, it's going to be a little bit different here, from -1 to infinity with a parenthesis because it's not included. The y-intercept, that would be 0, negative, and again, just use your calculator. I'm fine with you use your calculator to get the table for a problem like this. When x is 0, it is negative 0.83. Negative 0.83. Your asymptote is going to be at y equals 1 because that's what it's approaching. Remember, an asymptote is a line the graph approaches but doesn't touch. The end behavior, the limit as x goes to infinity for the function 1/3 times 2x minus 1 minus 1 would be equal to infinity. As this goes towards infinity, the graph, the y goes towards infinity. And the limit as x goes to negative infinity, f of x equals 1/3 times 2x raised to the x minus 1 minus 1 is equal to -1. It's approaching -1. So know all of that. Let me minimize me a little bit. Know all of that, and then make sure you know what exponential growth and what exponential decay looks like in the function and on the graph. Okay. So this would be exponential. This would be exponential decay. Remember, b is less than 1. This would be exponential growth. b is greater than 1. Give me a thumbs up if that kind of makes sense, and that would have been for lesson 6.1. That would have been for lesson 6.1, 1 and 2. Cool. Very good. Moving right along. Rewrite each equation in logarithmic form. Okay, so we want to take it from exponential form to logarithmic. All right. So again, you got to know your know how to go from logarithmic to log. I don't see my notes out here anywhere. I must have destroyed them. Okay. But here's what you should know. This just simply goes to log 20. Right here becomes our 20. Right? 400 moves here. And then that is equal to 2. So 2. So because we know that 20 squared is equal to 400. So we say log base 20 of 400 is equal to 2. Because 20 squared, again, when you're looking at something in log, you're saying this to the what power will give me this. And that is 2. Okay? So this whole thing right here is your answer. Okay, now let's go the other way. Let's go from log to exponential form. Okay, so from log to exponential form, kind of notice the same thing here. Our base here was here, and our equals was over here. So our base is 196 to the 1/2 power is equal to 14. Talk to you. I'll explain that at the end, Maddie. I'll explain all that at the end. Okay, so this whole thing right here will be my final answer. Number 5, log 5 of 25. So you want, as I told you, 5 to the what power is equal to 25? Well, 5 squared. So that equals 2. Same thing here. 4 to the what power is equal to 1 over 64. Remember, since it's a fraction, it's going to force that to be negative. And 4 cubed is 64, so that would be negative 3 here. 4 to the negative third is equal to 1 over 64, so negative 3 there. Any questions there? Going to the back side, number 7. So it says solve each equation, round your answer to the nearest 10,000ths. Be the same thing on the test, guys. So just remember that log is the same thing as just log 10. Okay. So we will just use this kind of the same way we did those last ones. All right. Now let me look at this real quick. Okay. All right. So from here, sorry about that. So from here, this 10 to the end, I thought I showed y'all both ways, but I wasn't for sure. Well, we can rewrite it as log base 10 of 54.2 is equal to n. This would be 6.3. We actually skipped 6.2 is on the back. It's the 4 questions on the back, okay? So this is 6.3 right here, and then 6.2 will be the 4 problems on the back. All right, so 6.3 here. So here we are saying log, And again, this is where we could write log base 10, or we can just say log of 54.2 is equal to n. Then from here, I mean, guys, you got to have a calculator here because nobody knows 10 to the what power is 54.2. So then we just say log 54.2. And that would be 1.734. Since it's to the since it's 7339, the 9 would go to, that would make that 4, which would make that 0 there, so we don't include the 0 on the end. If you did, obviously it's going to be multiple choice, but if you did, that would be fine in terms of me and what I'm doing. I'll leave some for you to solve on your own, so I'll leave you number 8. I'll just work all these ones right down here on the left. So from here, how do you do a log without the base of 10? What do you mean by that, Maddie? You mean just in your calculator? Just hit the button log. That's a log with that'll show just log on your screen, but that's a log with a base of 10. If you're asking about the other way, you just hit math alpha math, and that will give you math alpha math, and that will give you a log there. If you're wanting to do it with the actual base, okay? Going over here, you'd have to divide by 7 first. So I'm going to let you, if you want to get some practice on your own, you can work some of those. Divide by 7 first. That's 10. V plus 6 is equal to 88 over 7. 88 divided by 7. Now, again, this is where we talked about this is like, you don't want to type this long decimal in right there. You don't want to type that long decimal in because you know what you're going to basically do from here. So we basically need to, once we got this here, this would go like this. Log of 88 over 7 is equal to r plus 6, right? Your log takes care of this 10, and it's just the log of this right here is equal to r plus 6. So log, so I'm going to type in log of my answer. Log of the answer I just found there is equal to that. And that's what it would be on this left side. And now I just need to subtract 6 from that number and get 4.9. Yeah. R is equal to negative 4.9 006. Make sure you include those, because it's to the 10,000ths. Now in the test where you'll get tripped up here is I'll just say negative 4.9. All right, but that's not to the 10,000ths. Remember, it's always 4 places past the decimal. E to the nth equals 38. So there, remember, that's just the natural log. Natural log of 38 is equal to m. Okay. Again, you got to use your calculator there. So natural log of 38, 3.6376. 3.6376. Again, I'll let you do 8 through 14 on your own if you want, just to give you some more practice. Normally, if you remember in class, I'd have you do the study guide, come in and ask me any questions. So, but obviously this is a little bit different, so I'll work a few with you, and then you can do the rest. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. Okay. Last one right here, I need to add 1 first. Add 1, that cancels. E to the b minus 3 is equal to 69. And then from there, it's just ln of 69 is equal to b minus 3. So ln, natural logarithm, and natural log, keep in mind that's when e is the base of the log. So natural log of 69 is equal to that. Now, just to kind of prove that, if I was to do math alpha math and do the log base of e, and I do that to 69, this is just proof that these two are the same thing. Natural log just means a log with e as the base. Those two are the same thing there. Okay? Natural log is just, it's a logarithm with e as the base. Keep in mind, what is a logarithm? It's the inverse operation of exponentiation. So then once I get that number, I just need to add 3 to it. So take that number and just add 3. 7.2341. 7.2341. Okay, how do y'all feel about 6.3? What is it, Elena? You said -3? Oh, so Elena, I got that 1.69. I got the logarithm of 4.3, but it's on this side then, that 4.23 number, and then I got to add 3 to get to isolate b. So that's why I'm adding 3 to that left side, that 4.2 number. Does that make sense, Elena? Okay, yeah, cool. All right, give me thumbs up if you're good with 6.3 logarithms. Okay. Now going from there, let's look at 15. We'll do like the left side of this so we don't have to be on here forever. So the left side of this is going to produce that same thing. -3 plus 3 is 0. 2 plus -2 is 0. -1 plus 2 is 1. -4 minus 2 is -6. And that's our answer there. This one right here, just going to be 3, 12, and -6, that matrix. $19 and $20 are the same, are kind of the same thing. So I'm just going to work. 19 and 21 are kind of the same. So I'm just going to work 21 just to make sure we're all good on that. Remember, I always start with that big matrix. So again, I'm going to do this times this. So that's 4 times -2 plus -4 times -4. Then this times this, 4 times -4 plus -4 times 5. Then the bottom, this times this, 5 times -2 plus -2 times -4. And then this times this, 5 times -4 plus -2 times 5. That's negative 8 right there. And that'd be a positive 16. That's negative 16. And a negative 20 there. That's negative 10. And a positive 8 there. That's negative 20. And a negative 10 there. Okay? We close it up. Negative 8 plus 16 would be positive 8. Negative 16 minus 20 would be negative 36. Negative 10 plus 8 would be negative 2. And negative 20 minus 10 would be negative 30. And that would be my final answer. How do we feel about that? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so let's move to the back side. Okay, Molly invests $6,391 in a savings account with a fixed annual interest rate of 4% compounded 4 times per year. What does the account balance be after 4 years? Okay, this is where you're going to have to know your formulas. Okay, so the amount is equal to P times 1 plus, again, if you heard me talk about this, this is where that R, okay, R, something like that. Okay, so this is for compound, when it's compounded a certain number of times a year. So her amount, she compounded 6,391. 1 plus at a rate of 4%, which is 0.04, over the number of times it's compounded, which is 4, all times the number of times it's compounded by the number of years, which would be 4 there. We type that in, 6,391 times 1 plus alpha y equals, put a fraction in, 0.04 over 4, and then that's all raised to the 16th power, giving me a total of amount of $7,493.95. 749395. Is that what we have on the back? It is 749395. So here you're round to the nearest hundredth because it is money. Okay, I'll let you do 23 on your own, just if you want the practice. 24, Kristen invests $7,659 in a retirement account with a fixed annual interest rate of 6% compounded continuously. What will the account balance be after 15 years? Your key word there is that it's compounded continuously, which is amount equals P-E-R-T. Okay, so her amount will equal her principal, $7,659, times E, her rate of 6%, 0.06, and then after 15 years, handy dandy calculator. So that's the thing with this test, and that's what makes it a little bit different, is just because you got to have the ability, you got to have a calculator in order to calculate logarithms, but it doesn't take away of its value of the test, okay? I know this is a calculator strong test, but again, that doesn't take away from the value of it. 9659. Second E raised to the 0.06 times 15. And we get an amount of $18,838.10. Confirm that with the back. We're good. Oh, man. Okay. Would anybody like to see me work any other problem on the study guide? That's working. That's working a little bit more than half of them. You may have 7 problems to go back and do. It's just alpha y equals. Alpha y equals. And then you just do the 1. Alpha y equals 1 if you want to get it. That's more of your code to get it on there. Okay? Hey, I do want you to complete these other problems. Okay? Make sure you complete. I did everything on the front. I did not do 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, or 16, 18, 20, and 19. And then those back 2 that we just did, 23 and 25. Hey, complete those so when you send those in to me, it's done, okay? Just want you to get some practice with that. Do that probably sometime tonight or tomorrow before you take your test. Okay, your test will be on, give me thumbs up if we're good on the study guide. Everybody good? Understand your expectations with the study guide. Give me a thumbs up if you understand your expectations, or if you have any other questions on it, shoot me the questions. I'd be happy to answer anything. All right, good Maddie, good Caitlin, good Bernice, good Kristen, good Abby, good Christina, good Lucy. Okay, so your test is tomorrow. It'll come open tonight at midnight. It's not shown on there yet. I haven't published it yet, but it'll come open at midnight tonight, and then you'll have from midnight tonight till midnight tomorrow to take it. There is a 2-hour time limit on it. It is 25 questions, so nothing crazy or anything like that. And it's going to be in the same format as these right here. Okay, guys? Same format as these. So, make sure you complete that tomorrow. Now, tomorrow morning, I am going to the school, and I'm going to create everything you need for your Chapter 7. Okay? So, I'm going to say that here's what I want. All right? I want all Chapter 6. I'm going to write this down. I'll send an email too. Okay? I'll send an email tomorrow. I'll send an email tomorrow about all your information here. I want all Chapter 6 to me by Tuesday and that's next Tuesday. Next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Okay? So all Chapter 6 to me by Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. No notes. Please do not send your notes this time, okay? Do not send your notes. Keep your notes in your binder with you, all right? Keep your notes in your binder with you. So just your homework. Now, we're going to do this 2 different ways, right? You're going to have the same options. Option 1, tomorrow about 3, when I send the email out, there'll be a bucket that you can turn it into. So bucket to turn in, or a bucket to pick up, a bucket to turn in your old stuff, and then there'll be a bucket to pick up your new, okay? That should be there tomorrow about 3 o'clock p.m. Again, I'll send an email about it. Or option number 2 is that you can just shoot me a PDF directly to my email. Don't send me anything in Canvas. Just shoot me a PDF. And I've sent out links to how you can do it. You actually don't even have to have an app. You can just send it directly on your iPhone. Okay? So you don't even need an app. You can just do it directly from Notes. Okay? So all that is due to me Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. Now, some of you may, those of you that pick up paper copies, they'll be there Friday. So you may want to, in order to have our notes for Monday next week, you will want to have that picked up or printed off by Monday. Okay. So, but I'm giving you some time to turn it in if you are one of those that drop it off. Okay. I'm going to go in the morning, so it may even be sooner than 3 o'clock. But as soon as I send the email, you can run by there, drop it off, pick up the new one, whatever. So same thing as last time. It's just I'm not going to have these available for you to pick up and to turn in until tomorrow. At the latest 3 p.m., but I'm going in the morning to print off all your stuff and to scan it all into Canvas. And then I'll put these buckets out on the table for you to turn in and pick up. Or option 2, you email it to me. And then once we start on Monday, we're going into trigonometry. Okay? Starting in on Monday, we will go into trigonometry. Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up or whatever it is. Give me a thumbs up that this is kind of making some sense to you. You understand the process of turning stuff in. Good, Lucy. Good, Caitlin. Thank you. Good, Bernice. Good, Christina. Hey, I got a question. I don't know if everybody's here today. I haven't seen Dom Sebastian. I haven't seen the boys. Dom, are you, Sebastian, y'all here today? Y'all just, they like to creep. How many of you guys actually pick it up from the school? I'm just wondering. How many of you pick up? Hey, just type in the chat box what you do. Do you pick up or do you email me? I know the ones that kind of email me. I see that, and I know if I could go back and look, but just I don't know off the top of my head who emails me and who picks it up at the school. All right, so yeah, Bernice, you pick up. Caitlin picks up. Abby picks up. Christina emails. Email, Kristen, yeah. And the only reason I ask is just because I'm not trying to print 15 copies off if only 5 are taken. So, but I'll print the normal amount, but then I know Christina and Chris and they'll email for sure. Okay, I think Maddie emails. Just trying to get a number. All right. Everything makes sense to everybody? Any questions right now? Are there any questions at all for me? Everybody knows what's expected of them. Everybody knows the test coming tomorrow. Are we all good? If you're good, say I'm good in the chat box. And then once you're good, that's all I have for the day. Make sure you shoot it in the chat box that you're good so I know you understand what's happening. And then you guys are free to leave today. That's all I have. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I'll send you an email tomorrow just with the details of all that. Good, Maddie. Good, Bernice. Very good. Yeah. Cinco de Mayo. All right, cool. Very good. You guys know I'm just an email away. If you need anything, let me know. If you need to talk, I'm here for you if you need to talk. Absolutely. Any questions you have of me, just shoot them to me. Be happy to help you guys in any way. Just that's it. You guys have a good day. Hope you all, it looks like it's raining outside. Yeah, it's nasty outside. So have a good, nasty, rainy day. I'll be on for a few minutes just in case anybody has any questions. See you, Bernice.